Okay, we're going up on the roof, and I see that we've got some kick out flashing installed right here. Actually, it's a diverter, it's not a kick out flashing. But there's really nothing to keep the water from going right in there. So, and then by going right in there, let's see, we should have some protection that's a little farther out. There's nothing to keep the water from curling. Water can curl about 3 inches with tension strength. Alright, that's how flies and spiders can walk on top of your swimming pool water, but you can't because the water doesn't have enough tension strength to support you, but it does the flies and things. This home has been inspected both a couple years ago, and this roof does not look like it's changed. It wasn't in really good shape. My opinion about the roof was that it wasn't in really good shape when it was inspected a couple years ago. And like the other inspections said, we do have our underlayment is supposed to cascade over our drip edge. It doesn't do it there, but it does do it. You can't tell because you got the screen. No, it doesn't do it here either. It does not cascade over the drip edge. Now, statistically, that's probably not going to be the worst news that you get today. But was it done right? No, it wasn't done right. Okay, call 911. Grampy's on the roof again. Looks like this has been painted. The surface has been painted a little bit here or something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. Some kind of a granular repair. The color of the shingles, you see how they're reddish here? And these were all red. I get it. They painted the new shingles to match the old shingles. They were hiding the repair. That's what's going on. Sometimes it takes a little while to figure these things out, man. Okay, we got our closed valley, California Valley, some people call that. It means we don't have a metal flashing in the valley, but this is acceptable. It's acceptable if it's lapped properly. But when it's not lapped properly, you think water can get up underneath there? I do. See the way the corners of those shingles are all curling up? Do you see that? Is that a good picture? I'll get a still image of that. They were painted to match the age of the roof. I'm still having some difficulty here. Okay. You can say that these tree branches, these leaves are not touching this cover of this roof. That's what you could say today. You could say that today. When they get wet, what do you think they're going to do? You get the weight of the water on these. You think they're going to be touching your roof then? I do. That's what I think. Coming on along. Again, these laps are insufficient. And then I don't know if my camera's picking this up, but on the edges of the shingles, you can look up that, you see all these diamonds? Well, those diamonds aren't pretty. That's the fiberglass coming through the aggregate. You're missing aggregate. Your aggregate's getting thin and worn. Okay? I am going to say that this roof covering, it wasn't new when the other inspector was here, so I don't know, exactly how they, derived their opinion about the roof, come to it. But mine is that this roof covering has exceeded an estimated 14-year service life average. But it's a 25-year roof, bud. I don't know. So those grease marks in there, okay, that's from rodents coming in. That's from rodents coming in. That's the oil off of their pelts. We've got gable vents, okay. And here, they want it in over here. It's a 20-year roof, bud. A 25-year roof, bud. 30-year roof, bud. Okay, I get it. That's when it's sitting on the shelf. That's how long they have to sell it. Most insurance companies, and I don't do insurance inspections, But most insurance companies are reluctant to give you a decent insurance policy for a roof that's 14 years old or older. And I've heard some younger ages too. You won't get replacement value insurance, most likely. I don't know. I don't sell insurance. But a lot of my clients have called through the years going like, all I can get is, or they're replacing their roof. I get this a lot. They're replacing their roof, and so they had a storm, and the insurance company comes out, and then they learn that they have actual cash value insurance, ACV insurance, instead of replacement value insurance. And what that means is they say, you got a $3,000 deductible. This roof is about worth $3,000. We'll write you a check for $6, and you can apply that $6 to replacing your $15,000 roof. It's almost like you don't have insurance. Okay. This flashing has been replaced or modified since the other inspection. That's a good thing. Something I don't have to write up. We're over the garage now. Moving over the garage. Trees are kind of close. I'm not going to say these are actually touching. And I know everybody loves their tree. And I'm not an arborist. But unless you put some cables in this to keep it off, you might think about lobbing off this branch right here because it's precarious. I love the shade. I love the shade. Coming along here, it looks like, okay, compared to the other inspection report, and my client has a copy of the other inspection report. So this chimney crown has been redone. That's nice. While they were up here redoing it, it'd been nice if they took this old antenna off of the chimney, but that's okay. But the step flashing along here has not been properly installed. It's supposed to be curled into the brick and sealed. Do you think wind-blown rain can get in there? I do. That's what I think. I think wind-blown rain can just jump right on in there. How about this one over here? You think wind-blown rain can get in there? Uh-huh. Right as rain. Ha ha ha. Okay, we've got passive wind turbines. You're probably getting a lot of good from them. I can see by the way they're turning. Okay, but you've got gable vents. This house was designed for gable vents, and gable vents are passive. They go in and out. They kind of breathe like your lungs. And so the way this home was designed was that was the way, and back in the old days, before they figured out gable vents aren't so good of a deal. So we've come in and we've added these passive wind turbines up here, and it's probably helping your attic ventilation. However, it should also be known that this is called mixed vent system. Mixed vent system. These nail heads should be sealed. And that's an actual, even though you may be getting some benefit from it, I'm just making you aware that it's a code violation. The right way to do it would have been to seal up the gable vents and then create soffit vents, and that would take vacuuming out your attic, and it'd take a lot of work, probably, you know, a lot of remodeling. When the time comes, maybe that's what you want to do. Replace the attic roof, replace the attic insulation, go in, install soffit vents. That might be the time to do a modification like that. I don't know. Coming on along, this is your furnace flue. We can see that it's got some hail damage on it. Alright? Now they won't replace that because you had to pull a permit. They should have pulled a permit when they replaced the furnace regardless. But if this didn't happen at the same time, then they just let that go, you know, to save the trouble of pulling a permit. Now here's the thing, is if that was when this roof was replaced, which was over 14 years ago, the roof should have had a permit regardless. So there's really no reason not to replace that unless this happened after the last roof replacement. Moving on along. Shade's nice. Okay, patio lights. Okay, novelty lights. I get it, they're nice. That's the way I would do it. I would do it wrong. This way is wrong. Okay? They're not supposed to be in, you can use them, but they're not supposed to be left in a permanent application. They're extension cords, and an extension cord should not be used in a permanent application. But I would do it. They did it. That post is in direct contact with the ground, but it's not attached to the house. The tree should be closer than 25 feet to the house. Moving on along here. Okay. All in here, what we've got is lichens growing. Microbiotic growth. Okay, so we've got some lichens in here. And these will eat your shingles, your old shingles, your old tired shingles. Now, is this roof leaking today? I don't know. Can you get some more use out of this roof? Probably. Would you be tempted to do that? I would. But your insurance is going to come back to bite you. So if you're going to wait for a storm to get an insurance settlement to replace your shingles, you're probably going to be very disappointed. And then if you're planning on replacing the roof yourself, then that's how you would manage your money. That's how you would budget. But those are the realities of this roof. We've got an old roof that's been repaired. The valleys aren't properly done. I'm going to get off of the ventilation for a moment. The step flashing wasn't properly sealed. And you got some lichens and microbial growth on the surface on this side. On the east side, the home faces north. On the east side of the main gable.